Hello and welcome to what is going to be the last season of Cadbury Athletic's Born to Win. It's been such a superb journey so far. We're into season 12. We had 10 straight promotions. First season in the Premier League. We're finishing 5th place. Now today's episode is going to be a little bit different. We're going to go over a transfer special. We've got 56 million to spend and we've got to do it right. We've got the Champions League waiting for us this season. Let's get into the episode. Now, what a better place to start than the main screen. Here is our new kit for the season, sponsored by Salesforce. We've gone with purple, we've gone with white. Very happy with this. Now, as I did mention, our finances are looking very tasty. Overall balance is 65.5 million, and we have a transfer budget of 46 million. It was 56, however, I've adjusted the transfer wage budget so that we can play around with some wages, and we've got an extra 190,000 to come into this as well, which is very nice. There's been a couple of transfers that have been made since the end of the season. Free, well, all of them have been on a free, I should say. Courtney Nish has came in. He was a youth player from Chelsea Academy. We brought him in on a free. 11,000 a week isn't cheap, but yeah, just a squad player to bring in. 18 years of age, should help with our European campaign as well. We also have David Brady, another youngster that's come in. I believe this guy came in from, was it Crystal Palace? And 18-year-old Northern Irish striker. He's not going to play for us, but one to put into our reserves. Now, two players that are going to be potential first teamers. The first one, Tony Berrio, our left wing back, another Colombian that has come in. Quite a few of them have joined the club at the minute, so hopefully there can be some good rapport in here. He will be a left back, maybe as a backup as well, because we have got our first choice left back. And kind of the main signing, the guy that I've been so looking forward to using, Matteo Menecci, Italian international, 38 caps, 15 goals. He is an elite attacking midfielder with a model citizen personality. Looking at his rating, leading Premier League and potential ability of world class. This guy's going to be fantastic. 19 dribbling, 16 finishing, 17 for first touch, passing, technique, off the ball and for agility, 16 aggression and composure with 18 balance. This guy is going to be absolutely fantastic. Now we have got the money to spend. Let's get into the episode and let's spend that money. Now I do think a good place to start is going to be our squad screen. We've got a couple of trials that have already come in. There's Mikel Markdale, who hasn't got a face, which does concern me slightly. We got Archie Brown, a potential left back option. However, we have brought in Tony Berrio, so no longer needed for Archie Brown. Nicola Favarin, another one that can play all down the left hand side. Again, just brought in on trial. I don't think we're going to take this any further with Favarin. Armando, a centre back and a centre midfielder. To be fair, he's 6'5", he's got 20 jumping, good strength, good mentals. This one may be one just a backup centre back, although apparently he is our second best centre back in the squad so far. Definitely a position that we should be looking at upgrading for this transfer window. Habib Diarra, another centre midfielder. This guy's got a very good rating, 57 caps for Senegal, 11 goals, 16 passing, 16 first touch, 16 determination with work rate and natural fitness as well. So even though he's 30, the natural fitness is there. Good physicals as well, so this may be a good option to bring in. Looking as a centre midfielder, apparently he's the best centre midfielder that we have so far. Consistent performer and a good player for most Premier League sides. We also have Jorge Ruiz. Yeah, he's in here because he's 6'4", he can jump, he can finish. Is he a backup centre forward? I don't think he is. There is a guy that I am looking to bring in, which I will show you about in a second, although consistent performer. And if you got to think as well, we need to make sure that we have a squad that's big enough to cope with the Premier League and to also cope with the Champions League as well. Pablo Torre, FM Wonder Kid, he's come in on trial as well. I believe he was at Newcastle. No, he was at Leeds in the Championship nonetheless as well. Good player, a bit of physicality and a bit of experience, I should say, not physicality. Someone that can come in, hopefully be good with the dynamics, but it all depends on the wages given for Pablo Torre. And the last one, Leandro Borussia. This guy was from Newcastle, although he was on loan last season to AS Roma, where he got 14 goals and 3 assists in the Serie A. Yeah, some trials to come in, low wages hopefully, or not a lot of fees, but there is one guy that we are looking to bring in for fees, and I'll show you who he is. And this guy is Edin Spahic. I don't know. 19-year-old Bosnian, 6'4". Again, some big meaty lads coming in. 16 dribbling, 16 finishing, 16 natural fitness, and 16 determination. 10 caps for the Bosnian national side. 4 goals scored. 40 million bid has been accepted by Augsburg. I don't know. There's something about this guy. I think he's going to be an absolutely fantastic striker for us. Although Mitic did fantastic last season, so did Johan Torres and Ronaldo. But yeah, there's something about him that I do like the look of. And I think a striker and a centre-back are the main positions that we need to strengthen for this season. Although, yeah, are we putting too much pressure on this young man's shoulders? I don't know. We will have to see if we do sign him eventually. There are some outs that are happening for the club as well. Gianluca Bellafiore, he's looking to leave us. There is a bid of 18 million for Gianluca Fiore. He was a good player for us last season. He played 22 games, 2 goals, 2 assists, 6.89. We brought him in on a free, and you know, to get 18 million for him, very happy with that. Let's offer him out for 18.5, just to see if we can get a little bit more for our wage and transfer budget. And we also have Jake Nolan leaving us for 1.2 million to Swansea. Again, we brought him in. Was he another guy that was in on a free? On a free a long time ago as well, to be fair. 2 stints at the club. This guy will go out for 1.2 million, and it'll again be added into our transfer budget. But we have got 46 million to spend. Let's see who's available. Now we have got a couple of offers for Kagiso Niathi. This guy came in, I think, for very minimal, yeah, on a free from Sundowns in South Africa. He's been out on loan a couple of times as well. SK Rapid have come in with 1.5 million, which we're going to reject that one. KRC Genk have come in with 1.9 to 3.1. We're going to reject that. However, AEK Athens, 30% of profit of sale, and also 3.6 million up front, with a total of another, 2.9 million over installments. We're going to accept this one. It's going to be very helpful going into the transfer kitty. We should roughly have around about 70 million, I reckon, to spend at the end of it. Although we have got a couple of issues here as well. So, Rivellino Doliani, we are looking at. He's on a free. Absolutely fantastic. He's not interested in speaking to us, however, which is very sad. And it looks like Arsenal and Atletico Madrid are currently putting bids in for him as well. So Stephen Davis, our youngster from last season, he's going to be going out on loan by the looks of it. Guevara, we have offered him out for 21 million, which would be a massive improvement on the 800,000 we did spend on him. He didn't do very well last season, the 6.61. I know he's young, but there's just something about him. I want to move him out of the team. We've only had loan bids at the minute, so we are just going to reject those as well. Now, Eric Benedata. Again, another guy that we just brought in for free. Rwandan striker. We brought him in when there was no underage 21 limits that we had on our transfers. 7.6 to 8.8 for this guy here. I mean, 3.2 million as what has been offered. If I can potentially get a percentage of profit on this, you know, I'll be happy with that. 25% of any profit that he gets sold for after that. Matt Moore has removed his transfer request, which is very nice as well. He wanted to leave us. I don't think he's going to get a chance this season, Matt Moore. He was classed as a promising striker, but not to be anymore. So Niathi, we did try and get a work permit for him. I don't really want to allocate the space, so we will offer him out again. No intermediaries for us here. Norwich sign Jose. Not worried about that. But Alessandro Cascella, we tried to get a work permit for him, and now he's out of work permit as well. I think it's because I actually asked for a work permit, so we're going to allocate that and see kind of how we get on, who else we can bring in for this. But I just hope that Spahech now doesn't need a work permit, because we could be in quite sticky waters here as well. Ooh. Corley Cogden is available. This guy did so well for Everton last season. He is a striker, 8 goals and 5 assists in an Everton team which didn't do very well. Very pacey, good composure, good determination. Is he what we need? Maybe not, but we'll keep an eye on him across the window. It's been brought to my attention that some of the players have been removed from my shortlist, and there's a couple of players on here that I do quite like the look of. The first is Peter Silveira from Manchester City. Peter, maybe should call him Crouch, because he is 6'7". Looks like a big striker. Fantastic first touch, technique, flair, determination off the ball, and jumping reach as well. Can he maybe sit in as the attacking midfielder just behind our main striker? Or do we have someone on the bench that can come in as a bit of a target forward? 6.2 million, 53,000 a week is the wages here. We've got a scout report in progress for him as well. Should be very good. I mean, 11 games and 7 goals for the under-21s of English football. 24 years old, not too bad. But the main guy I have seen is Mattia Sugnor, maybe Mattia Sugnor. 13 million at Young Boys, 19-year-old Swiss defender, 6 foot, with good agility, good determination and tackling, heading of 14 as well, which you can't really train in this game. Marking, tackling, determination. Position is only 12, but he is 19 years of age. 10 caps for the Swiss national team. We've got a scout report on him. I don't think he actually wants to join us. There is a £13 minimum fee release clause there as well, which, you know what, let's activate it and let's see kind of what he's looking for going forward. And he's extremely uninterested in negotiating terms and feels there are more appealing options such as Brentford, Liverpool and for Southampton. Now Southampton, I believe they're a tycoon team in this game save, but we are going to have a look and see what he wants straight away. It's not a good sign. We are in the orange here. He wants some promises made before he'll even consider speaking to us. I mean, I hate using as a stepping stone one, and you know what? That's all he wanted, which just means that there's going to be a minimum fee release clause that's in there. 57,000 a week. He is a wonder kid, 19 years of age. We can get him down drastically, but I don't want to annoy him too much. So, you know, 56 down to 43. We'll do a 45 and we'll try and get an optional extension in there as well of 2 years, and we'll see if that works. You know what? Remove the 10%. I don't like doing that. We will offer a little bit more to the signing on fee as well. Okay, now he wants more than he wanted before. 51. Are we going to settle on 55 where we were before? Okay, he's driving a hard bargain, but 57. You know what? I've caved in by 1,000, but we got rid of the 10% pay increase, which saves us quite a bit over the years of his contract. 2 years optional extension as well. So for 7 years, Mattia Sugnor should be with us. Very interesting to see. Now, international rounder, Matteo Menecci. Again, the guy from Italy scored. So, yeah, he's going to be a big player for us this season. Code of conduct, we'll keep it the same. Weekly staff meetings. Does anyone ever do these? Request summary to inbox. Now, our training camp, we are looking like it is going to be in the US. That's why we're facing Nashville, Miami, and Memphis. Auto select, including our youth prospects. And we'll see if we're going to be adding to that training camp with any new additions. Now, a player that we have offered out is Xavier Echeverria. We offered him out for 17 million, and FC Nantes have come in with an offer of 8 million up front with 3.7 over 3 12 monthly installments, and also 3.7 after 500 about 50 games have been played, with a 20% sell on of any profit here. Now, Xavier Echeverria, we brought him in for 6 million, which is quite a lot back then. Paid 30 games, 1 goal, 2 assists, 6.77. It wasn't fantastic. It hasn't really worked out either. And if I look at where he is on the screen, he's our second best defensive midfielder with Mortada Thiakane. But looking at the midfield role, I mean, he's quite low down in comparison to having Diatta, Thiakane, and Martin Czerny, who's quite a young player as well. So the fact that he isn't going to improve too much more, we are going to offer him out. It's going to total 16 million. This offer is in general, but we are looking at the intermediary. I mean, 6.5 to 7 million is what they can bring in. So I think it's a very good offer for what we are looking for as well. I will just offer him out for 17 million again and see if we do get any nibbles. But yeah, Xavier Echeverria, your funds will be much needed to improve our squad. Now, we've got a few transfer bids that have come in. One is for Sebastian Rincon. We offered him out for 4.3 million. Birmingham City have come in with 350,000. I mean, it's not really going to be the what's going to get us the over the line, is it? So we are going to offer him out 4.3. They don't want to do that. Brentford have come in for Mattia Sugnor. Or Sugnau? I don't know. Let me know down below how to pronounce his name. But yeah, hopefully our 57,000 a week is going to be enough to bring him in. Cardiff have made a loan approach for Luis Guevara, but he's not going to go out on loan. He needs to go out as a main signing going out. Stephen Davis is joining Crewe on loan. Now, Jermaine Diakite is a player that we are looking at getting rid of. 9.5 million is his kind of transfer fee. 2.6. I mean, we did bring him in for 170,000, so it will be a good bit of profit on him. Maybe he's not going to make it in the team, so unless they want to offer a mandatory fee of, let's say, I don't know, 7.5 million, I don't think we're going to get there. And Rincon wishes to discuss why the Birmingham City move wasn't done. Finances weren't right, and he values himself at 1.3 million, which I don't. 1.4 million, this guy has no appreciation of what he's worth. 1.7, yeah, he's not happy with that, but we're not going to let him go really for any more or any less than 4.3 million. Now Jack Nolan is leaving us to go to Swansea. 1.2 million, 950,000 is going to come into our budget. And bad news, Rivellino Doylani has joined Arsenal instead of joining ourselves. I mean, we already signed one elite player. Two might have been a little bit ambitious, but we can't be too negative with the players that we want to bring in for our last season as well. Now, we did offer out German Diakite, and an offer has come in from Levante. 1.9 million up front, 575,000 over 2 years, which isn't great, but 600,000 after 10 league appearances, 600,000 after 1 international appearance, and 30% of the profit, totaling 3.7 million. We are going to let him go. We brought him in for a nominal fee, so again, another big bit of profit coming in here. And Gianluca Belfiore, he's leaving us to go to Norwich. 18 million, 10.75 is coming to us because of the sell-on fee that we gave to him, which is 3.6 million. So fair play to him. You know, he's earned that money, and yeah, just rub it in our face. Delaney has joined Arsenal. Now we have received our record transfer fee with that 18 million pound sale of Gianluca Bellafiore, I should say, and the previous record was Guillermo Biro. Do you remember Biro? This guy was absolutely fantastic for us, if I remember, in the League 2. I mean, 11 goals, 20 assists, 7 player of the matches, 7.30. Do we bring him back? No, we don't. But Cadbury Athletic apparently halts takeover talks as well. Mallorca make Tirera offer of 2.1 million and potential of 4.4. Now, this guy is valued in at 13 million, but we're not going to get that for him. Potential Sky Championship defender. I mean, he's not the guy that we want. So to get 2.1 rising to 4.4 million, very happy with that. And yeah, let's see who else we can bring in. Quite exciting now. There's a lot of transfers to be made, and we just need to get that one player through the door, and then I reckon the dominoes are going to fall. Now, what would the Football Manager save be without a Brazilian wonderkid and this guy, Wagner Goncalves, centre back, 6'5", 16 jumping reach, fantastic position of 15 heading, 15 marking, 13 tackling, good technique as well. Composure's a little bit out, but yeah, quite happy to bring this guy in if we can. 4.6 million is going to be spent because that is the release clause for him. He's got 4 years left on his contract as well, so he wants 26 to 33,000 a week. Let's see what he wants. He wants to be a star player straight away. I don't think we can do that. Will you accept important player with, now I know where it is, playing time going up to star player next season? No, wants to be a star player now. Wants 28,000 a week, 16 million release clause. Not happy with that. We are going to get rid of the early wage and also the international wage as well. 28,000. I'm not sure what I've just pressed there, but we'll bring that down if we can and offer a little bit more in signing on fee. I mean, he really wants above 30,000 here. Just accept 27.5. 30,000 he wants, right. I don't really want to mess this one up. 19-year-old wonder kid Wagner Goncalves. Yeah, we'll see how he does get on. I mean, I want to get rid of Luis Guevara. He's valued in at kind of our top centre-back as well. Decent Premier League player. Yeah, one for the future, but one for right now. Now, unfortunately, Benedata turned down Middlesbrough, but Everton have come in with a £3.2 million bid. Can we get 3.6? No, but 3.3 and 1.1 million after 20 league appearances with a 40% percentage of profit. Very happy with that. You can leave us now. Although, can we offer him out again for, I don't know, 3.5? Just to kind of keep pushing it up if we can. Now, Nelson Viper, another FM absolute wonder player. 29 years of age now. He is on a free contract, and we have offered a contract to him for £40,000 a week. That's been accepted by Viper, so we will have a look and see if he chooses to join us. Although Wolfsburg have offered a contract as well. And the reason I've come back, Edin Spahic, 40 million. We'll have 17 million left in our transfer budget afterwards. £75,000 a week. I don't know, there's something about this guy, and I think he's going to be absolutely fantastic. His career to date wasn't great last season. 4 goals in the Bundesliga, 6.80. But I don't really know how Augsburg did play. The league isn't loaded as far. And you know what? I'm quite happy with Edin Spahic. Let's see how we get on. I mean, he's 19 years of age. Bosnian, he's going to be a wonder kid. And let's see what his valuation is after signing him for 40 million. I mean, potentially Premier League standard player, potential 5-star, 40 to 47 million. I mean, I'm not going to complain too much. 6'4", it might kind of stop the need of having Nelson Viper join the club. But if we look at our strikers as well, Jonathan Torres can play up there. He's 5'7", so a bit of a diminutive striker. We want to try and get him in as an attacking midfielder player, but he can play it on the left-hand side as well, which is very, very good for us. And Matteo Manecci, again, apparently can play as a striker. It's probably going to be a fantastic striker, actually. A 4.5-star advanced forward. Maybe he's the one. But I do like the idea of him being just behind the forward line. Spahic can play on the right as well if required. I'm happy with this guy. I am happy with him. As Nagiso Niathi has joined AEK for 3.4 million, so very happy with that. Apparently Martin Hanley, do you remember him way back when? We've got, what's that, 275,000 after his move to Sevilla. I love that. And we've had some transfers in for Benedetta as well. 3.5 million. You know what? We're gonna accept that. We're gonna reject Norwich. So I think Norwich have more money, so we will offer him out for 4 million. And we'll see how we get on with that one. That might be worth staying on the Benedetta screen because 4 million has just come in from Norwich. So we're going to accept that. In our transfers, we are going to find Benedetta. We're going to cancel the Everton one. And we are going to cancel the Ipswich one as well. And we are going to offer him out for 4.5 million. We're going to see if we can drive the price up as much as we can. So, I mean, it's already gone up from 3.5 up to 4. So let's see what we can get. There's 2 teams that are interested in Ipswich and in Everton as well. So hopefully we can push that on. So if we look at our strikers as well. So Cine, Mbaye, Terrera. We have got an offer of 2.1 to 4.5 million for him. Now, brought him in on a free. So that's a lot of good profit, that is. Is anyone else interested in him at all? I mean, Derby are. Who's the offer coming from? Mallorca. You know what? Let's try and offer you out for 4.5 million and see if we get any nibbles with that. The same with Jermaine Diakite. 3.6 million is the offer from Levante. Luton are interested as well, so let's just offer him out for 3.6. See if we get any nibbles. And obviously Benedetta has got the £4 million offer there as well. We'll go forward a couple of continues to see if we do get another offer. Normally you get them early on, and we have got another one here from Ipswich. So we're going to accept that, and we're going to rinse and repeat, although no offers for 2 players. Terrera didn't fail to get anyone, and so did Diakite, so it looks like they'll be going with their clubs. Where is he? Benedetta. Get rid of that. We'll offer you out again for 5 million this time, and we'll do it until it doesn't work anymore. Looking at kind of our strike force options that we do have. We have got Ronaldo, Manecci, Spahic now. I mean, Jonathan Torres. Where's Mitic? Mitic as well. I mean, I'm absolutely delighted with his contribution last season with his 15 goals in the league. We should be in a very good position when it comes to strikers. It is just the centre-backs that we do need to work on. Although Sebastian Rincon, no one's come in for you since we asked. 275,000. That's not going to happen. Maybe we'll drop it down to 2.5. 3 million. We'll drop down to 3 million. And we'll see if we get any nibbles with that one as well. Now, some sad news. Echeverria has rejected the offer to Nantes. So we've offered him out again. I mean, 70 million, it was a lot. Maybe we'll just offer you out for 10 and see if we get any nibbles with that. A little bit disappointing. It could have been a lot of money coming into us. Peter Severa is coming in as just an A-. Terrific signing. And there's no one really else that we are looking at going forward. So it's a shame about Echeverria, but there is a place in our squad if he wants to stay. Now, Augsburg have come in with an offer of 7.5 million for Echeverria, which we have accepted. It's a shame it's so much lower than what we was going to get last time, but Diakite is on his way to Levante for 3.6 million, and we will get 1.7 million of that. Not sure why. Where's half of that money going? I don't know. Unless our finances are being whittled down from the board. No, they're still at 90%, and we have got 22 million to spend now in the club as Diakite has gone. No, Matthias Sugnor has gone to Brentford. That really is a shame. It is a shame that he's going there. Although we have got Wagner Goncalves. Where is Wagner Goncalves? Could have just gone to my transfers, couldn't I? Wagner Goncalves, how do you compare to Sugnor? I mean, Sugnor is a lot better. More vision, more speed, more physicality. Oh, and now Goncalves has turned 20. Yeah, I think we're in big need of a new centre-back. Now, with the Signor transfer falling through, we are looking at a new player. Anderson Gomez. He is at Benfica. Dutch. Not an international yet, but he's also Angolan as well. 23 years of age. He's 6'6". Fantastic agility, balance, natural fitness, bravery, concentration's there as well, determination, fantastic tackling, marking, and heading also. If we have a look at the career stats, he only signed from Anderlecht last season. He only played 5 games as well. So he's more interested in joining Liverpool, which is always a shame. He wants to be a star player, but can we get rid of Stepping Stone? No, we'd have to ask Stepping Stone in. 56,000 a week. I mean, 43 million. Let's try and get as much as we can. I don't mind it happening there. To be fair, it's not giving us a stop sign here. So 56, we'll get rid of that. 59, 43 million. He wants 52. Surely we can just agree on that. And we can. I mean, Liverpool, they are going to come in for him probably. We've already lost out on Lopez. Sebastian Rincon, 3 million. No one wants to pick him up. Preston are offering a transfer, but yeah, if we compare him, like he was our backup last season. If we do compare him to Anderson Gomez, I mean, Gomez is all round a better player. Yeah, I wonder, let's get a scout report on to Anderson Gomez. We've already got one coming in. Ignore that. Let's see how we do get on. Bastoni's just gone to Al Hilal. Fantastic player that would have been, but yeah, the fact that no, we can't move on Rincon. We've lost like a £10 million of Echeverria transfer as well. So Carlos Lozano, a player that we were looking at, he's not interested in joining us because he didn't enjoy his loan spell. I should have been a lot more conscientious of playing him last season, if I am being honest. Benedetta, there's a £5.5 million offer. I mean, it's not good enough. He has got a £5 million offer coming in. We'll try and loan him. Well, let's try and get the extra 250,000 there, but that'd be a massive, massive signing coming in. Cascella, we are trying to offer him out as well, but a loan isn't for us. He may be a backup right back, but for now, yeah, it's going to be interesting going forward, trying to find another centre back that can come in. We've got the money. I mean, we've got Sparhitch. If we can get Nelson Viper to come in as well, well, Fulham have come in for 5.25 million on Benedetta. Sidney Martins was a player that we were looking at, but 12 million. And if I do compare him to, where's he gone now? Anderson Gomez. Again, Gomez, the better player. Safane Madi, another one that we are looking at. 6'5" from AC Milan. He would be half the cost of what Gomez would cost us, but I think the mentals just aren't there enough to warrant it. And if we do again compare him to Anderson Gomez, I think he's a slightly better defender all around. Obviously, they got a little bit more defending from Safane Madi, but yeah, I do like the idea of him, and the fact that he's 6'6", yeah, can't moan too much. Although Echeverria, there's no offers for you, so let's offer you out again for 7.5 million, and let's see if we get any nibbles. Now, I have looked at our squad registration, and we might be in a bit of trouble here because we need to have a minimum of 8 players trained in England for 3 years before their 21st birthday, and we haven't really got that. I mean, we've got Sammy Gedling, Armani Rihoy, Courtney Nish, but he's an under 21, so I don't really need to register him in there. And Matt Moore as well, who isn't going to be here at all at the end of the transfer window. Xavier Echeverria, he's going out, so hopefully we can move him on. We have got Alessandro Cascella leaving us as well, and Sebastian Rincon, we haven't put him in. I mean, even Manuel Franquia, I'll be quite happy just to kind of leave out of the squad, which leaves quite a few players that we do need to bring in. Although Alessandro Cascella, there's an offer here, 2.1 million from Augsburg. He's valued at 14, and it's not going to happen. He's got 3 years on his deal. He wasn't great last season. He only played 9 games, 6.41. We are going to accept that. 3.5 million, and also 1.7 million is going to for the sale of Cine Mbe Terrera, where Aspire will get 500,000 of that. Oh well. Not bad for someone that came in for 120,000. So good one there, Terrera. So Aspire got 15%. Viper should be coming in. Oh, we're going to be in trouble here. Or as a backup striker, I think he's very good, very good. 6'4". He's still got his pace and acceleration, determination, finishing, dribbling, and first touch. Can play all across the back line, the front line as well. So he'll be one to come in. Augsburg have made an offer for Franquia, 2.1 million. We're just going to accept it. And the same as we have done with Benedetta, we're going to offer him out for 2.5. And we'll see if we do get any nibbles for him coming in. Yeah, it's going to be quite interesting now, the fact that we do need to bring in some players that are homegrown in nation. It has been somewhat of overlooked, and I'll be honest, I should have prepared for it a lot sooner. Although, who's this Goncalves here? Do I remember? Oh, he's a centre-back. Eric Benedetta, I mean, 6.75 million, 3.2 up front, 40% of profit. What is the other offer for him here? I think it's... Oh, we got a couple on the go here. Is this why? We'll get rid of that. That's too many on the go there. So Benedetta, we're going to offer you out for 5.75 million, and we'll see if we get any nibbles on that one there. Goncalves, I mean, he's 20. He won't need to be registered for the squad. 4.6 million as a centre-back, especially for losing Franquia and Cascella. We're going to bring him in. I hope we don't have to register him. I mean, he's 20. Surely we don't have to. Even when he turns 21. Because he's in for the season, I think we will be okay. I mean, 3-star wonder kid, 13 to 15 million, 6'5". He's going to be a good backup. And especially if we do compare him to Franquia as well. I mean, he is the better player all around. So, yeah, good signing to come in. 5.75 million for Benedetta. I mean, it's still going up, and my one worry is that he's going to reject who he goes to, because he's already rejected Middlesbrough. But let's face it, Norwich, they are a bigger team, but, you know, let's try and offer him out again. 6.5 million now. It's gone up from 2 million, so we'll see how we do get on. But Viper coming in might be an issue. Echeverria going out could ease our concerns as well. And our first game of the pre-season, we beat Nashville 8-0. Guevara, Yola Mariel, Sammy Gedling getting a hat-trick, Lazar Arnautovic and Sebastian Rincon. I mean, Sammy Gedling, can you do a job for us? I mean, you definitely can. 14 to 15 million. I mean, are there any interest in you? 5 million. It's not worth moving him on, even though we did get him in for 275,000. 11 games last season isn't too bad. And William Gonzalez, 33 to 39 million. I mean, there's no issues, no interest in him either, but 4 goals, 8 assists, 7.06 when he joined in January. Yeah, players that we need to definitely keep a hold of. Now, we've got an interesting one here. Nelson Viper has agreed to join us. on a free transfer, 44,000 a week. I am just going to delay this, and that is because we have to work out how many players we're allowed to actually have at the club. I'm thinking, do I just sign under 21 players only, as it's going to be kind of our last season, which puts into doubt Anderson Gomez joining into the club. But Nelson Viper, I mean, if he comes in, the strikers that we do have, I think are good enough to perform in the Champions League. So we have got Ronaldo, who is a good substitute, good backup striker for us here. We have got Matteo Menecci, who can play there. I'll be honest, he's going to be an attacking midfielder, but just the whole thought of having him up front with all of his technical ability, I'm quite excited by that. He's 6'1" as well, and he's quite tall. Good composure, good off the ball, fantastic finishing. So he's one to have a look at. We also have Mataj Mitic, who had a fantastic season last season. As I said, 15 goals in the Prem on his debut season. Is he second choice with Ronaldo third choice? I think potentially. And we also do have, need to find him here. Where's Jonathan Torres gone? There he is. So Jonathan Torres as well as a striker is probably our best striker that we have. Look at the coach reports as well. They are saying Menecci is the best striker, but I do think that Jonathan Torres is, and I've actually just forgotten about Eddie and Sparhitch as well. This guy will be our first choice this season. We'll have Jonathan Torres on the left. Oh, this team is so good. Like, we've got a lot of very good players coming in. Looking at our left attacking midfielder position, we've got Jovanovski. We can have Jonathan Torres there as well. On the right hand side, Oliver Jakobsen, and we also have William Gonzalez. So very happy with these two here. Menecci can play as the centre attacking midfielder, and we also have Joel Marial, who can play there as well. I mean, 43 to 47 million. I wasn't... Ooh, okay, maybe. Do we offer him out? I wasn't fully excited by him last season. You know what? I am going to offer him out. I may regret this, but we have got Menecci there, so we do need to get a backup central attacking midfielder. If we can get 35 million for this guy, ecstatic, absolutely ecstatic. I'm sure we can find someone that will be under 21 that can be just as good as Joel Marial. So very happy with that one there. I mean, in midfield, we do need another centre midfielder. That is going to be the area that we are kind of lacking in as well. Manuel Franquia should be going, hopefully. And then we've got another centre-back to come in. Yeah, exciting times. But I think we need to go just for Wonder Kids now in the last season and see just how we get on. Now, the transfers don't stop here. Archie Brown will be joining us, 12,000 a week. I mean, he's 32. A good 32 as well. Still quite young in this. He can play down the left and also as a centre-back. So very happy to bring Archie Brown in. Again, it's going to be one of those. He is a homegrown player, homegrown in nation as well, so he will hit kind of the rota that we need. And an offer has come in for Joel Marial. Al Hilali have offered in. Originally, it was 35 million that they put in, but we've haggled them up. 44 million as a base fee, and then 15 million over 50 appearances that has been played, and 20% of any potential profit that happens after that figure. Now, with Joel Marial, I was complaining about him last season. He didn't do enough in games for me. However, he did get 12 goals and 5 assists in 35 Premier League games, an average rating of 7.03. But I think with Menecci coming in as their first choice central attacking midfielder, I feel like this much money for a backup, it can be reinvested into this squad. I think we're going to lose around about 7 million in sell-on fee for him, which brings us about 32 million, which I'm quite happy to add that into the transfer kitty. Now, I am starting to look at players that are trained in England and a maximum age of 25, and there are a couple of players that are kind of showing up on this list. Shaquille Robinson from Everton, 18 years of age, soon to be 19, but valued in at 10 to 12.5 million. Obviously, he's not the type of player that Joel Marial is, but if we can get him in for a much fraction of the price, it will definitely help with the squad registration. Another couple of players as well. One is Nico Marvin from Aston Villa, but as a backup centre-back, I think it would be absolutely fantastic for 9 million. Good heading, marking, tackling, determination, fitness and positioning as well. So Another one, we have got a scout report coming in on him. 6'2", 9 million, England under 21 international. Could be the type of players that we do look to bring in. And as a bit of a wild card as well, there's this guy here that came through Brighton's academy, Luca Mortellaro. Now he would be kind of the replacement for Yol Mariel. He's probably not as good again, but looking at the value, 8 to 10 million, I think the fact that if we do compare him with Yol Mariel, we'll see kind of what we are missing. And it's just the aerial ability that Yol Mariel has. I think when it comes to the attributes, a lot is in the favour of Luca Mortellaro. Definitely better mentals. The physicals, they are better, other than obviously the jumping reach as well. So one to potentially have a look at as a good replacement for him. The wages won't be a problem, but it's just getting the most for our money. Obviously, there's Joe Taylor here as well, who was at Everton and is at Seattle as a backup left back. Maybe get rid of Rehoy. Yeah, there's a lot of players to look through here. So of the £59 million transfer fee, 26.5 will be joining us. Well, going into our transfer kitty for Yol Mariel. I think it's too much to not accept. So we are going to let Yol Mariel leave the club. I'm sure Manetti is going to be absolutely fantastic when he comes in. Okay, he's valued in 117 to 136 million. He's on 325,000 a week. Fair play, Yol Mariel. Now we have got as well 20% of profit from the next sale, so very happy with that one there. And also Echeverria is going to believe in us. 6 million fee. I mean, I wasn't that impressed with Echeverria. I think it was a rush signing that we did, and yeah. So a lot of money has been put back into our transfer fund. 49 million. We do have a big hole in midfield that we do need to plug in. And the sales keep on coming. Manuel Franquia is leaving, 2.1 million, going to Augsburg. I think we only signed him for 1.1, so a bit of profit on that. He didn't really play that much last season, so we're going to move him along as well. Now I am still waiting to see a couple of bids come in for a midfielder and for a centre back as well, but we're just waiting for the teams to get back to us. We have seen Strand. Well, they're saying that Wrexham make a bid for Rincon. 500,000. Are you joking? See you later. Esquela is going to be going to Augsburg as well. I think because we signed Edin Spahic, all of our players are going to Augsburg because they've got the money. So Alessandro Esquela, he's going to go along. Now, Mateus Baldo is a player we're looking at bringing in as a centre midfielder or as a box-to-box midfielder. His finishing does let him down, but everything else he's got in spades. So 10 million to get this guy in. He's also wanted by Tottenham Hotspur. So if we make another offer for him, I think they tried to get 15 million last time that we did this. Again, 15 million. I think 12. Is 12 acceptable? No, apparently not. I don't like doing this. Maybe we'll put that in and drop it up slightly. So there we go, about 13 million coming in for this guy. 23 years old, hopefully get him in. Another guy, Karamo Bryan, nothing to be confused with Ricardo Bryan. 23 years old, from Brighton, 7 to 8 million. And this guy can play in a multitude of positions, and he's trained in the country as well. So 5 million. I mean, you've all got to do a bit of bartering in Football Manager, haven't you? They want 7 straight up. What about just 7? 9. It's 7 to 8.8 million there. 8.5. 9. 8.75. Right, we'll see what his wage demands are. He's currently on 51,000. I think he'll be a good midfielder to bring in just as a bit of a backup as well. And Jesse Proctor, another one from Manchester United. Now, he wants too much in wages, but he would be cheap at like 3 to 5 million. I don't see a place where he does fit in, so we're going to ignore this one for now. Now, finally, some contract negotiations. We've got Brian and Baldo, who have had our offers accepted for them. So 43,000 for Baldo. Brentford again, they seem to be our kind of rivals when it comes to signing players. 47,000. I'd only give him the 62 if he goes up there. I mean, 40. Are you happy with 40? He wants 50. Right. $41.5. Oh, 46. Okay, a bit more than I wanted, but you know, I think he's going to be a very good player for us. Definitely a starter, and I think good Premier League player. Could improve slightly as well. Relishes big matches, which is fantastic. And he's unambitious, which I think might be good for us because he's not hopefully looking to leave the club for somewhere else. Could adapt to living in another country, which is good. Strength and stamina make him a very good athlete. So hopefully Matthias Baldo can come in. And then Brian, 8.75 million. 38,000 is what they are saying here. You're not going to be a Mazzala. You are going to be a backup. I mean, yeah, we're not going to be here to worry about the important promise here. I mean, 40,000 is criminal. We're not going to do that. We're not going to give you 10% signing on fee either. I'll be honest, you're not getting this. 35 is the maximum that we are going to pay. And he wants that. He's not going to get any of this. I think we're probably paying too much as is. We'll finalise it for now, and then we will come back to the offer. We have still got Nelson Viper as a transfer that we can confirm, and Anderson Gomez as well. He's undergoing a work permit, so yeah, there are offers being made out there. Christian Strand is a player that I am looking at as well. I think he'd be a very good box-to-box midfielder coming in. Although his rating's not there for it, I think he's going to be a very good player coming in. Derby, 23 million, is wanted by Bournemouth. Again, another one of our kind of rivals when it comes to transfers. There's a lot to like about Christian Strand, but we'll see how we get on with Baldo first. Now, I think I've found a player that is going to be a starter for us in the centre of midfield. We were looking at Keita Nakano earlier on in the January, and he wasn't interested in speaking to me. He's got a wage of £7,500 a week. I think he's going to be a good player that can play as centre midfielder and as an attacking midfielder if push comes to shove. I mean, he can play right wing, and we're not going to play him there. If we do, something has gone wrong. 10 caps for Japan. He has a minimum fee release clause of 6 million. He wants 36,000 a week, which we can afford. He's going to be an A rating after the transfer as well. We're going to get rid of the early wage rise. Again, it's going to be our last season, so we are going to go with it. And with him and Baldo in the middle, I feel like we've got a very good team that can hopefully compete into the Champions League spaces as well. And speaking of Baldo, yeah, I think if we compare the two, Nakano and Baldo, two slightly different players. I mean, Baldo is better all around, but Nakano can sit in next to him and hopefully be the deep line playmaker. But yeah, I just realised, just comparing the two of them, Baldo looks absolutely fantastic in comparison. Here he is, Anderson Gomez, 23-year-old centre-back. Really looking forward to this guy coming in. I think no nonsense centre-back, definitely. 6'6", good physicals, good mentals, fantastic tackling, marking and heading. Only 23 years of age. Yeah, 56,000 a week, 11 million is a no-brainer. And yeah, 3.5 star, only a B fan reaction, but yeah, 29 to 35 million. Should be a very good player. He's going to be our first choice centre back with Pablo Godoy, I believe. Those two together are going to be very good for us. And we have still got the Nelson Viper situation, which we are going to delay just one more time. And the signings are hopefully coming into fruition as well. We have got Mickey Toft Christiansen from FC Copenhagen, 6.5 million for this guy, 19-year-old Danish, only just turned 19 as well. A central attacking midfielder. He is currently out with tendinitis 3 to 5 weeks, which, I mean, it maybe actually has injury issues. Although impact from fall is out for 7 weeks. He's currently been out for 10 weeks. I mean, we've got a transfer, a scout report coming in on him. He's potentially a 5-star player, potentially Premier League standard as well. So yeah, let's see how we get on with him. He only wants 10,000 a week and 6.5 million to come in. So we are going to finalise the promise here. I mean, 12k. Yeah, I'm not going to complain too much with that. 15. Let's do 13.7 and shake hands on this. Let's do 14 and shake hands on this. A little bit more in the trans. You know what? This guy. Can we just accept that? We can. 14,750. Again, we may not fully go through with this one, but it looks like a good player, one for the future, maybe a little present that we can leave for Cadbury Athletic. And looking at the media comparison, it's labelled the next Christian Eriksen, so you know what could go wrong. Now the long-running transfer saga of Eric Benedata. has been agreed. 5.75 million gone to Norwich. I mean, not sure what the AI is thinking with this one, but we'll get 5 million. And yeah, for a player that we signed for free, what's his valuation? Yeah, I think the game's got it wrong on this one. 7.4 to 8.8 million. Yeah, that'll go into the transfer kitty. We have 46 million still to spend. Now a quick look at who we are looking to bring in. Matthias Baldo for 14 million as a centre midfielder. Very happy to bring this guy in. Also, Keita Nakano for 6 million. Again, I think those two together are going to be absolutely fantastic with each other. Mickey Toft Christensen as a young attacking midfielder, because we won't have to register him for the competition for the Premier League. Nelson Viper as a potential secondary striker coming in. I mean, I'm not fully sure where he would actually play, so it's a little concerning this one, but you know, we can still delay it and get rid of it. And then Karamo Brian, again a backup, £8 million backup, England under 21 international, 23 years of age. Looking at the overview, I mean, it's just basic. I feel bad saying basic, but maybe someone that we do need a bit of squad depth for the club, especially with the registration rules as well. It's a little bit difficult to maneuver around with this. Now, it's been hours that I've been looking around the world of Football Manager in 2034 just to see kind of the players that we can bring in. And one player that has come in is Real Madrid's Souleymane Fall. Now, I'm very interested in this guy. He's a lot different to the midfielders that we currently have. 23 years of age. He's had 2 caps already for Spain. Look at this. Flair, off the ball, vision of 18, technique, passing, first touch, agility, bravery. I think this guy will be an absolutely fantastic centre midfielder for us. Has played in Real Madrid's team. He played 7 games last season, got 1 goal and 2 assists in that time as well. The sticking point is the wages that he wants is 145 to 190,000 pounds. Now we currently have Drissa Drame as well from Valencia, 17.5 million for this guy as a striker coming in. An issue we currently have is there are only 2 spots available in our squad registration for players over the age of 21, and yeah, there's a couple of transfers potentially that are coming in that is going to affect it. I think Nelson Viper might be gone. We might have to get rid of that, so we are just going to cancel this one here. Karamo Brian, again, 9 million, 35,000 a week. We have to cancel that one. We did put an offer in for Tyler Morton at 12 million. We have to get rid of that. So Matthias Baldo is going to come in. Keita Nakano, Souleymane Fall and Nakano. Now there is 11 million difference between Nakano and Fall. But if we have a look at the 2 of them together, I mean, let's see what the difference is. And they are 2 completely different centre midfielders, to be honest. A lot of more attacking with Souleymane Fall, whereas Keita Nakano is more of a deeper role here. Now, it'll be interesting to see him against, where's that guy? Matthias Baldo. Let's compare you to Souleymane Fall. I mean, again, Matthias Baldo, fantastic at defence, so maybe we don't need him and Catano together. Him and Souleymane Fall together, I think, will be fantastic centre midfield pairing. So we are going to go in and start the negotiations. We're not going to guarantee to remove or improve the defensive midfield position. 150,000, I'm not happy with that either. So let's drop our transfer budget down and see how much we can actually offer. 135,000 is what we can offer here. We'll drop it down again, 150,000. Match highest earner. Okay, this is something I didn't think about as well. We do have match highest earner in Menetchi's transfer. In his contract as well. So whatever we give Souleymane Fall, Menetche is going to get exactly the same as well. But we're just going to go for it this year. Unused substitute fee, to be fair, you're going to be a first teamer, so we'll give you 70k. Okay, that was easier than I thought it was going to be. 150,000 a week here, 5.5 million signing on fee. To be fair, he gets £80,000 an appearance, 80,000 for an assist, and 80,000 for an unused substitute. So Souleymane Fall, it looks like you'll be coming to the club hopefully without any hitch with any work permits that do come in. Now, Drame. I do like the look of Drame. I mean, dribbling, first touch, and finishing, all fantastic. Great technique. 22 years of age. Off the ball's good. Fantastic composure. And physically, he's fantastic. Is he too similar to Mitic? I mean, is it just wasting money? How is he compared to Ronaldo? Well, he's a lot better than Ronaldo, as we can see here, which must mean that he's only just a little bit better than Mitic. And he is still better than Mitic. So Drissa Drame, yeah, one player that we are hopeful to bring in. What does he want? I mean, he wants to be an advanced forward, which is fine. And to be honest, I'll accept all of those for now. 46,000 a week. It's a little pricey. What about 31 or 30? I'll give you the 10% yearly wage rise as well. So 46, 35, bartering, 43. 43. Okay, I didn't want to risk it too much by going down to 40. So Drissa Drame and Soleimani Fall, they're coming in for 35 million for both of them. Now we also have Matthias Baldo for 12 million. So it could be a little bit tight, especially with Keita Nakano and Mickey Toff Christensen. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Rincon, you may need to leave the club sooner rather than later. Now, a news item I didn't think I'd be seeing, but William Gonzalez has had a 37.5 million activation clause release clause from Wolverhampton Wanderers. Now he's on the decline a little bit, and 37.5 million. It's crazy. Do we try and bring him in? Oh, I'm not fully sure here. I mean, trying to see if there's anything. So he's going to get 20% on, so we're going to get 7 million of that. But we did sign him on a free, and he would really boost up our transfer kitty. But looking at the right midfielder position as well, I mean, we've got Oliver Jakobsen, and that's pretty much it. I mean, Arnautovic can play over there, but he's not a natural in the right winger position. Although, actually, to be fair, looking at him, he has improved a lot, so he could stay there. I mean, we have got Ronaldo can't play there, but Matej Mitic potentially can play out on the wing. But is he a starter? I don't think so. It's going to, I mean, Spahic could play there. I mean, it's not really what I wanted to see. But 37.5 million for a player. To be fair, we signed on a free 6 months ago. Yeah, another headache for us. But, you know, just got to spend that money. And the player I just forgot about, Drissa Drame, can play on the right wing. Although we do play advanced playmakers there, which he can play. So we may already have, although if we do put him as a winger or an inside forward, I think we've got a ready-made replacement in Drame coming in. So maybe we don't need to look for a new one. And we also have Dogukan Chinar. He's been on our shortlist. I've seen him more as a left winger, to be honest, but he can play on the right, and I think he would be fantastic. Availability, always not interested. Let's make the offer anyway. Let's see if we can coax him to the club. I mean, you're not getting that. 23 million? No. $21 million, to be fair, there's a lot. There's a lot there. 10 league goals, 4.6 million, and 4.6 million after 50 league appearances. But to be honest, we don't mind too much because we're going to be gone after this season, but I don't want to put him into too much jeopardy here. But let's see who is roughly available. I mean, it's going to help with our 38 million that is there as well. And I did mention about Drame also. So we are in a good position when it comes to players in that position that we are looking at. Now, if we look by our ratings and who we have here, I did mention Jesse Proctor, but I don't think he's the one that we do want to bring in to the club. I mean, it's going to be around about 30 million that we are going to get for him. And to be honest, looking around, I still think Drame is probably the best player that we can bring in, and potentially Dogukan as well. So we'll see how we get on, and we'll see. You know what? He may not even want to go to Wolves. I mean, why would you? And speaking of Dogokan. He has major reservations about negotiating terms, so I think players a stepping stone. I mean, it's normally the one that they do accept, so we will bring it in. 78,000 is a lot, and we can't actually change anything. Huh, interesting. Very interesting. Didn't see that one coming. Now, I have decided to delay the Drame deal just for now. The 19 million coming out, I don't want to affect any players to come in at the minute. And unfortunately, Keita Nakano has failed the work permit. Now, I can give him the ESC slot, but I don't think I'm going to on this occasion. I mean, I'm just thinking, I know it's 6 million, but if I do compare him to Matthias Baldo, I mean, Baldo is in the green, and overall, he's just the better player for double the price. And for that reason, Nakano, I'm not going to allocate the ESC slot. He's not willing to join, so we are going to cancel that. And actually, on the 1st of August, we do have the work permit decision for Baldo. So we'll see kind of how we get on there. Scouting has been finished. Some of these players have been there forever. I mean, Drame is only a 3-star player that coming in. And one player I have been looking at as well is Sidi Diatta, a player that's been in our club already. Sidi Diatta is actually not that dissimilar to Drame. I mean, Drame is better physically and he is faster and he's more attack, to be fair. No, Sidi Diatta, you can be the backup. Drame, we will take you in over Diatta as we are. But obviously we have got to come up to the 1st of August. But who was that guy for Wolves? Makovic. Yeah, it's just not on the level that we are buying. Someone who is on that level, Matthias Baldo, 14 million is going to be coming out of our wages here. 46,000 as well. Let's see how he looks with our coach report. I'm very excited to bring this guy in. 3.5 star, a B-, 36 to 43 million. This guy's going to be absolutely fantastic. Good Premier League player as well for 13 million. We can't really moan. We have got Jonathan Torres, who can play as a centre midfielder as well. So we are very stacked in a lot of the areas as well. Diego Santos, he's not good enough anymore. And Diatta has got injured. Clearly, he didn't like being snubbed, so he has stubbed his toe. And more outgoings, Luis Guevara. Now he's valued at 21 million, but you're never going to get that. And Afro's come in for 6.5 with 15,000 a week wage contribution. We are going to accept this. I kind of want to get him out of the club. He's on 45,000 a week. Looking at the coach report, he's our 4th choice centre back, and he doesn't really need to be there. And it's just not good enough. Good Championship player. Yeah, I think the fact that we are going for the Champions League, he is one that we are prepared to let go. Now, Suleimane Fall, his work permit is due on the 7th of August, so let's see how we go on. I mean, David Brady's got a broken foot, which it's not ideal, but it's not what we're interested in, if we are being honest. And we have got Arsenal coming up as our first game of the season. That's going to be very, very interesting. Rincon should be on his way out, I believe. There's a bid that's come in for him. Again, 450k for Levante. I like these players that we have brought in, and there we go. He has gone 250,000, 20k off the wage budget. He didn't play much, if anything, last season. So happy to see him go. In our finances, we've got 24 million in the transfer budget. And with the transfers that are coming in as well, Suleimane Fall, 17.5 million. Drissy Drame, 17.5 million. We have got William Gonzalez going out for 37.5 million as well. So, yeah, there's still some movement that we can do in the transfer market. And it's just fascinating. It's what I love about Football Manager. Although we have got Abdullah Hazizi as a loan player coming in. Saudi Arabian. He's actually... Oh, he was... That's interesting. He was able to approach the sign for free, which hasn't been the case this time. So, yeah, maybe we'll try and get him in. William Gonzalez has gone. How much did we get for that? 37,000. He gets 20%. And we're now back on 50 million. We've got 15 million roughly to spend. Another centre back maybe? You know, we'll have to find out. Now the time has arrived. Suleimane Fall has agreed to join us. 17.75 million. 20 million is going to come out of our transfer budget. This guy next to Baldo is going to be our midfielder for this up and coming Premier League season. Still would like, I mean, Drame's there as well. You know what, lad? Get into the club. We'll get you both in as well. Suleimane Fall, rated at 55 to 65 million. He's going to be fantastic for us. He's out for 2 weeks for concussion, which is not what I wanted to see. But he's coming anyway. And then Drame, let's see how Drame looks. I mean, I think we've done quite well. William Gonzalez has left us, obviously. And Drame is going to come in. I think we are going to start him as our right midfielder. He looks fantastic. Physically brilliant. And if we do compare him to William Gonzalez, which I don't think we can do at the minute, but yeah. And that's the problem I was worried about. Matteo Menecci, without touching the ball, has had his wage risen by 60 grand. So interesting. And Oliver Jakobsen has decided to fracture his toe, so he doesn't want anything to do with the first game of the season against Arsenal. So it's all going on here, but very interesting to see. With our finances, we've got 10 million in our transfer budget left, although there is Luis Guevara that is going to be leaving us for 4.3 million, rising to 6.5. So yeah, I think we're kind of done now with our transfer bit. Now I think that is where we are going to leave it for today. I mean, it's been an absolutely fantastic foray into the transfer market. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be. If you have stuck around until the end, then well done to you. But let me know down below the best player that you think that we have signed already this summer. I think personally it's still going to be Renato Manacci, but we have spent 104 million for Cadbury Athletic. Look where we were a long time ago, but we have sold 128 million pounds. Just a quick recap: Yol Marial went for 44 million. William Gonzalez, 37.5 million. Gianluca Bellafiore for 18 million. Echeverria, 7 million. 6 million, I should say. Eric Benedetta, 5.75 million. Yate, 4.5 million. Sine Mbe Terrera, 3.4 million. A lot of players gone for a lot of money there as well. And the players that we have brought in, 2 on a free. Matteo Menacci, as I've already mentioned. Archie Brown, good backup left back and a centre back. 5th choice, nothing more, nothing less than that. Wagner Goncalves, 4.6 million, wonder kid, Brazilian centre back. I'm hoping I don't have to start him as much this season, but if we do compare him to Luis Guevara, who is going to be leaving us as well, I think he's a very overall better player. I mean, Guevara has got the vision and got the more attacking, but you don't really want that as a centre back. And he's 2 years older as well, so happy to bring in Wagner Goncalves with that. Our first choice centre back, Anderson Gomez, 11 million spent on this guy, paid in at 29 to 35 million. Big player for us. Decent Premier League player. I think he's a lot more than that. Relishes big matches. Performed well. Has brave, very reliable player who doesn't often let his opponents get past him. That'll be very important this season. Mateus Baldo, 12 million spent on our new centre defensive midfielder or centre midfielder. I mean, he can play as box to box, which is kind of what we're looking at. Other than the finishing, he's going to be fantastic in that position. Next up, Drissa Drame, 17 million spent on this guy. He's valued in at 45 to 58 million. He is going to be our replacement for William Gonzalez. So happy to bring him in for a third of the price that we sold him for as well, or at least half the price, I should say. Suleimane Fall, 17.5 million spent on this guy. Spanish international, valued in at 55 to 65 million. He's on 150,000 a week. He has pumped up Menecci to 150,000 as well. But he looks fantastic. Passing, technique, flair, off the ball, vision, agility, bravery, determination, all 16 or above. 23 years of age. He's going to turn 24, so he's coming into the prime of his career. And lastly, the first transfer we made. 40 million spent on Edin Spahic. Centre midfielder, centre attacker, an advanced forward, 16 dribbling, 16 finishing, 16 determination, 16 natural fitness, good physicals. He's going to be a potential 5-star player for us. I'm very excited for this season, And I'm also very excited the fact that we have made it to season 12 of Cadbury Athletic's Born to Win. Arsenal is our first game. I'm tired. It's been a long day of searching for players and for filming this as well. I filmed it throughout the whole day. So yeah, very excited for the season to come. I think this team is worthy of the Champions League, and I hope you join me for the first game of the season against Arsenal. I'll see you then.